guys, and welcome to this week's video. Today we are going to be talking about backgrounds, and I have 4 tips to ensure that your backgrounds look amazing and don't distract the viewer from your product. If you want to learn more about product photography, don't forget to check out the rest of the videos on this channel, once you finish this video that is, and subscribe so you know when I release the next video. Now, before we jump into the tips, there's something that you need to understand about backgrounds, and that is that the background is still a very important part of your image. It has to work with everything else in your image. A busy background or an unplanned background can be distracting and take your viewers' eyes away from the product. Whilst a great background choice will enhance the product and make it look even better. Lines are everywhere, and they can be an essential part of how you compose the image. But they can also take the viewer's eye away from the product. So the best thing to do is to reduce the amount of lines in your background. If you're using a plain background, this is quite simple, and the only lines you may need to worry about are the creases in the fabric or corners where 2 boards are meeting, which are quite easy to avoid. Take this photo here of some earphones on a white background. The top quarter of this image is full of unwanted lines. We have a line where the board ends and then creases in the white fabric I had hanging in the background. Do you see how this is taking your attention away from the earphones? So how did I fix it? Well, I simply changed the angle that I was shooting from. By moving my camera to a different angle, I was able to get rid of those lines in the background and show off the product more clearly. If you are using a patterned background or are shooting outside, you may have more lines to work with, and it may not be so easy to remove them. Take a look at these 2 photos of the same keyring on different marbled backgrounds. The black marble has less lines, but they are more defined and easily catch the attention of the viewer. The white marble has more lines, but they are softer and therefore are less distracting. If you have lines in your background, try to work with them. Find a way to lay out your product so that the lines lead the viewer's eye to your product, not away from it. Now, you've all seen those beautiful photos where the background is all blurred out and you get those random splotches of color and light. These backgrounds, called bokeh, are often created when the actual background behind the subject is too busy. Or simply put, there's a lot going on which would take attention away from the subject. To create this effect, you simply blur out the background. If you have a DSLR or mirrorless camera, you can achieve this by using a low f number for your aperture. If you're using a phone, put it into portrait mode and you will get the same effect. Using this technique will allow you to take photos of your products almost anywhere. Let me know if you want me to make another video explaining more about bokeh and how it works. Another great way to remove distractions is to use light or shadows to hide them. Take a look at these 2 photos. In the first one, I've added light to the image to bring out the shadows in the background. This shows off more of the rock, but it is taking the attention away from the product. In the second photo, I blocked the light from reaching the shadows and just had a spotlight on my subject. This threw the majority of the background into darkness. hiding the distractions and making the product stand out. Now, if you have a darker product, you'll probably want to use a lighter or white background to make the product stand out. In this case, you would need to add extra light to the background to ensure that it's bright white and not coming out grey. My final tip is to plan out how you want your background and, well, the entire image to look before you start shooting. Think about the previous steps and how you can use the advice to create the perfect background. Having a plan is one of the most important tools when it comes to taking a photo. Going into a shoot with an idea of how you want your image to look, how you are going to get the results will help you to get that perfect photo from every single shoot. If you want to learn more about planning, we cover this in great detail inside my Take Standout Product Photos program. The link is in the description for more details on that. So that was the 4 tips to help you get the perfect background for your product photos. I hope that you have found this useful. If you have any questions or suggestions of what you would like to see on this channel, please drop them in the comments below. I am always looking to improve this channel and help you the best I can. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you again next week. Bye bye.